Okay, thank you for being on our international testimony call, and we're in for a treat. And some of you have had unusual experiences with the technology. And before we do anything, I'd like to acknowledge some of our leaders, and I'd like to acknowledge, first of all, Charles Mackey, a platinum executive in our company. Mr. Mackey, on the line, sir.
Yes, sir, Mr. JB.
I would like you to tell our audience, Mr. Mackey, what have you experienced with the product, and how do you feel about our company?
All right. Yeah, JB, I know people hear this a lot, but we've all kind of tightened our filters. And, man, I feel better about this company than I have probably any in the last 10 years. And only because we've learned from all of the other ones, and I know people that have been on other calls, they've heard this before. But, again, you just can't stop, swinging the bat when I feel like we're in probably one of the best industries on the planet. But let me tell you real quick what happened to me, JB. I got in this program. I'm more of a businessman. I know a lot of people are product-oriented, but I'm more about the business model. But I have to find out that the product is good as well. Well, the first product that attracted me was the gold card. And because it's easy to explain, people understand gold. Our card is got an amount of gold that's easy to exchange. And it's in this encasing. And I said, man, not only can I collect gold, but I also can collect the money from the business plan along with the gold. So it was a win-win. It was a no-brainer. The price points were right there. You're talking about under $100. You're talking about $60. Plus, you get one of the best products on the planet. So I started out, and I loved that model. If it had nothing else, I'd be doing this business. But then what happened is as the product started going out, I started running into people when I told them about this plan. I started running into people that know about grounding, that know about how electrical we are, that know about that we're called to be grounded with the earth, and then that's why when our bodies will operate normally. So they started educating me about, they're like, do you know what you have here? And then we started looking at and digging into the holograms and the chips. And at first that stuff to me sounded like Star Trek and jets and stuff. But as I started learning about it, I said, oh man, this is even better. But right quick, when I ordered my product, I wanted to get the package that had everything in it. So I ordered my product, and the day that I got my product, me and my wife were going to the movies, but my wife was frustrated because all day she'd been dealing with a toothache. She had set an appointment to have a root canal, but we were planning on going to the movies, and when she came in, she goes, I am so tired of taking these ibuprofen. She know what they do, and she hates to take them. Well, my package came out. I said, baby, let's put a couple of these. Right then, I called them stickers. They were still new to me. I said, put some of these stickers on you. Let's put one on your neck or by your jaw, one on your chest like it shows on the package. And we're on our way to the movies, and about 5 minutes into the car, she said, baby, is this stuff supposed to work this fast? I said, yeah, they're saying it should work pretty fast. She said, the pressure is relieved from my mouth. My mouth don't hurt when I cough anymore. As a matter of fact, I have to make the mouth have some pain. And she said, man, the pain is just almost totally gone. So with that, for those next 2 days until she went to a scheduled dentist appointment, she didn't have to take any more ibuprofen. I mean, and we were just sold. And my wife is one of those that have seen every product, and she was just like, baby, I think we got something here. So, JB, I'll just give that testimony. I have a couple more, but I want to be mindful of everybody else. Man, I appreciate you having me on the call.
Certainly. Thank you, Coach Mackey. I got to tell you, man, Coach, I am so glad that my business partner called me about this company. I, too, got the big package because, I want to do things in a big way because I know a lot of people. And I had a pastor, his wife, come over our home on Thursday. He suffered from neuropathy. He has tingling in his toes. He has very severe pains in both knees. And so he's somewhat skeptical, but he came over because he's my neighbor and friend. So he tiptoed in the house because the pain was excruciating. And we had him to put on the nitro patches on his toes. And we had him to create more and better circulation. And we had him go in the bathroom and put the CBD crippy patches on his knees. And he sat down. I said, Pastor Jones, my wife asked him, Pastor Jones, do you have any tinkling in your toes? He paused for about 2 seconds. He said, no, it's gone. Do you have any pain on any of your knees? He paused again. He said, no, it's gone. This all happened less than 3 minutes. Let me make this disclaimer. None of our products intend to heal, cure, or treat any medical symptoms or disease. The frequency just helped his body, and I'm telling you, what happened. Now, I like to start off with someone who's on the call. I like to start off with Coach JL from North Carolina. Are you there, Coach?
Yes, JD. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear, sir.
Okay.
If I can start, Coach JL is very knowledgeable when it comes to nutrition. He has his background in nutrition. He studied in the university regarding nutrition, and he's sought after by many companies because of his background and knowledge of nutrition. Again, Coach JL.
Okay. Thank you, JB, and thank you, Lorraine, for having me as a guest on the call. And I want to briefly talk about the Nitro Qubit. I had a chance to try that product on Thursday night, and I want to just tell everybody on the phone I did feel the benefits of that product. And, it's based off of nitric oxide, which is based on scientific research and clinical studies. And it's been proven that nitric oxide widens the blood vessels, therefore increasing blood flow throughout the body. It also inhibits and melts away plaque. It also relaxes the blood vessels. Now, everybody on this phone knows the number one killer is cardiovascular disease. Now, some of the other benefits of this product, it can decrease blood pressure. It improves the outcome after certain surgeries. It improves asthma. It reduces ulcers. It also has benefits for both men and women when it comes to libido function.
Jeremy Wood.
Okay, and also it increases energy levels and gives you a more useful state. So, JB, I'm just blown away by this technology using energy and frequency and the vibrations of the body. For the first time, I've been able to try a product that I didn't have to drink or mix or swallow a pill to feel the effects, and really nothing is getting into the bloodstream. So this is not a me-too product. They are using a technology that has come to its time, and we know that energy and frequency and vibration plays a big part in our daily life. So thanks for giving me a brief opportunity to talk about Aegea and the Nitro Qubit. I haven't experienced the other qubits as of yet, but I did put my EMF stickers on my router and all the cell phones in the house, and also on my iPad. And I'm going to have to purchase some more to cover my laptops because I'm in front of a computer on a daily basis. I know my body is ravaged by EMF, and it helps to have protection against those things. So I'm going to turn it back over to you, and again, I want to thank you as well.
Thank you, Coach JL. And I'd like to know, do we have Kathy Porter on the line? Kathy, are you there, Kathy?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
We're so glad to have you on our call this evening. Will you share with us what you experienced using the Aegea quantum energy technology?
Absolutely. I tried the quantum CBD qubit, and I was totally blown away. I was kind of nervous because I've been looking for something for pain for a number of years. Long story short, in 1996, I was in a vehicular accident and had to jump out of that vehicle because it caught fire when the gas line broke. Well, I landed face down in the middle of the street, and the force of my fall threw my legs up over my back. So I was sort of bent into a U shape. And then the person who was driving picked me up, and we started running because we thought the vehicle was going to explode. Well, that left me, with all the other details I'll skip, but that left me with lower back pain. And I've been dealing with that since 1996. Periodically, I've found something that works, but typically it's removed from the market shortly after I find it. So I was really, really looking for something when a friend of mine told me about the CBD Cubit. Didn't know what it was. I started reading about it, and then I said, oh, my God, I don't want to get into that arena. But she assured me that this was safe to take or safe to use. And so I said, okay, I'll come on board. Well, yesterday morning, I put the patch on my back in the area that it hurts intensely all the time. And at 10:36 and at 10:41, I started to feel a little better. Everything was going pretty well. Then less than an hour later, at 11:25 a.m., I was pain-free. And I have been pain-free up until this very moment. I've been more active today. I've been able to reach down into the cabinets because I couldn't reach down below the counter level in my kitchen because the pain was too intense. But I got my own pots and pans out. I didn't have to call my husband to get them. I was able to reach up into the cabinets with no problem. I'm watching my grandson, so I've been able to follow him around and keep up with him. I am totally pain-free, and I am very, very excited about that.
Wow, what a testimony. And I'm so glad that you were able to get results, Kathy, because now we know no one want to experience pain. And I'm so glad that the technology has benefited you. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. Do we have Jose on the line from Pennsylvania? Jose, are you on the line?
Can you hear me?
Loud and clear, sir.
Okay, yes, I'm on the line. I'm sorry I got on late. I missed a couple of testimonies, but that testimony from Kathy was powerful. I'm so glad I heard it. I also I think I have a guest on. I just told him, and if he's available, I would defer to let him speak. Frenchie, are you there? And then I will share my testimony. Frenchie? Okay, well, then if he comes on a little bit later. I just had a tooth extracted. This was on Thursday. And my product on Wednesday. Wednesday night, I actually put it on my landlord, and she has a powerful testimony, which I found out the next day when I talked to her later on Thursday. It helped her. She has chronic pain and talks about having having to have surgery later this summer for that particular pain to her neck and shoulder. So, and she did not want to have that. So at that point, I told her I had something to share with her. We put 3 patches on her, and she had amazing results. She really feels way better. And flexibility. On Friday, she was showing me how flexible she was, and she couldn't do that. Now, for myself, on Thursday, I having a tooth extraction. It was the one in the back, one of the molars, which they had to really, it was extra tough to get it out. I put the patch on. I didn't actually put the patch on right away. I put it on about a few hours later that evening. But the pain I had, it went away. I started noticing it within the first 30 minutes, and then it went away. And I have not had pain there since. I'm not wearing the patch. You're not supposed to put it over hair, and I have a beard. So I put it right over that, and where on top of my hair there, I didn't shave it. So it stayed on for quite a few hours, but it came off about 7-8 hours later. It came off in the night, and but I had no more pain from that, and that's amazing. And the swelling, because normally you have swelling. The swelling went down, and the pain went away. That's all I have to share right now, and I'm happy about that.
Well, I know you are, and again, Jose, I am so thankful and appreciative of you sharing your experience using the technology that we have. Now, Jose, what did you use for? What did you use? And where did you place it when you had that pain? What type of product technology did you use, and where did you place it, sir?
I actually used the CBD patch, and I put it right on my chin, where that this is the next to the last tooth on the right. I put it right on the chin where the tooth was at, right over where it was hurting, over the pain.
Wow. Well, I appreciate you sharing that with us. I hope Frenchie will be available to come on board and share with us what he experienced. Do we have Randy Crosby available? Randy, are you available?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear, sir.
Hey, guys, listen, I tell you what, it's just absolutely phenomenal. This one testimony after the other. I've been using the card, and as I've been using the card, it's been amazing. It changed the taste of food, just made food better, made water. You can actually tell the difference even in the taste of water. But one of the phenomenal things I've noticed that when I put on the CBD patch, you know, a lot of times when you're stressed out, and I've been going through some stress, and it's absolutely amazing. It not only calmed me down more so than anything I've ever had, but it made everything real smooth, where it just took the stress levels totally away. And I mean, totally away. And I've had the CBD patch on now for 4 days, and still, after 4 days, zero stress. So absolutely powerful, powerful products. Guys, that's all I have to say. I'm so excited, but I'm going to turn the call back to you, JB, my friend.
Before you turn it back over to you, Randy, I would like you to share with our audience, Randy, what did you experience when you were cooking, and what did your mother-in-law experience with the food, with the leftover meal?
Well, again, the same thing. The food tastes so much better. Everybody's raving about the taste of the food. And even like when you're making eggs, like I mentioned before, guys, when you're scrambling eggs, it's so amazing. You can see the consistency of the eggs will change right in your eyes while you're actually scrambling them and waving the card over it. It becomes a lot more liquidy, and the taste is absolutely phenomenal. So, again, I'm just amazed at this technology. Wow, Randy, thank you for sharing that testimony, because I know that you're going to help a lot of people who needed something like this to increase their health and increase their life. And so I thank you again. Is Sheila McNeil available? Sheila McNeil, our Platinum Executive, are you available? I know she was traveling, and said she would try to be on this call. If you are, Sheila.
Can you hear me? Hello?
Loud and clear. This young lady is so beneficial to our organization. She's a wonderful person. She's a wonderful business person, but more importantly, she's always trying to help people in their lives. So Sheila McNeil, our Platinum Executive, share with us what you experienced and what is going on with the quantum technology.
Thank you, JB. Well, I don't even know where to begin. I just want to tell everybody that I've had some knowledge about similar technology, okay, to what we have. But in my opinion, after trying other similar technologies, ours just blows them away. So I have two testimonials to share personally. One for myself. About a week ago, I was up very late at night working on actually some material for Aegea, and it was just a very long day, and it was a little stressful because I had lots of things going on in between, trying to meet my own deadline of getting some materials ready and still helping people with three-way calls and so on and so forth. I was determined this particular night to finish one of those projects. So the way it is anyone who is in front of a computer for hours, sometimes you'll get a tension headache. Sometimes you'll get that, what what's known as stiff neck. You'll have that pain in your neck where it's very sore to even just turn left or right or even turn that part of your body. And I said to myself, why not? This will be a good night for me to test this technology. So I just went straight for the CBD chip, and I placed one right behind my neck, or what's known as your nape, right where the collarbone, I guess, meets the neck. I placed it right back there, and literally within about 45 seconds, so under a minute, my pain went from a 9 to a 3. And I had to sit back in my chair and honestly in disbelief. And I'm saying to myself, man, is this really happening? Is this placebo? Is this happening because I want it to happen? But no, I was able to turn my neck. I didn't feel the pressure. It's almost like after putting the chip on, all the pressure just started going away, and I could feel it, literally feel it physically leaving that part of my body. It was just an amazing experience. And then in 5 minutes, my pain was at 0. And I was able to stay up another few hours that night and actually finish my project. So that was just amazing to me, and I couldn't believe it. And I actually kept the patch on for another 2 days. You could shower with these patches. They work great. And like Randy said, it also gave me a calming feeling, too, because, again, I was trying to meet a deadline. And those of you who ever had a situation where you had a quota to meet, you know that it can be a little stressful sometimes. But the pain went away. I felt calm. And I'm telling you, this really happened. So that's my first experience. The second one was a couple of days ago. My daughter in school, in gym, she hurt herself. She hurt her knee. And so she had some knee pain when she came home. And I told her about the patches. And, like most teenagers, they're skeptical. Oh, what is this? That's not going to work. Just give me an aspirin, blah, blah, blah. Right? So anyway, I convinced her to let me put on the nitro. So I put the nitro on the left side of her knee. And I said, you know what, I'm going to put another one just in case, because her knee had some swelling and it was pretty bad. She didn't even really want to walk around too much. So I put a second nitro on the opposite side of the knee. So one on the left side, one on the right of her knee. And I said, all right, I'll check back on you in a little while. So I went back into her room about maybe 10, 15 minutes later. I said, do you feel anything different? And she said a little bit, but she couldn't really describe it. She said, it hurts a little less. And I said, okay. I said, so you see, you're skeptical, which is cool, but it's starting to work. And then I left her alone for about another hour and went back into the room. And honestly, when I looked at her knee, the swelling had gone down. So very similar to Jose's experience where he mentioned the swelling had gone down in his jaw. Same thing happened to my daughter's knee. The swelling had gone down, and she said, man, it doesn't hurt so much. Next thing I know, she's walking all around the house, because before I couldn't even get her to really get out of bed. So those are my two experiences. These products absolutely work, and for over 5,000 years, the Chinese have been using acupuncture and acupressure, and this technology is based on that and meridian points, energy points of the body. And, these holographic chips, they activate those meridian points. It is fantastic, and JB, thank you for allowing me to share that.
Wow. Thank you so much, Sheila. I know you're in transition and travel, but thank you for taking time out to share your information, which is so valuable, and of course your testimony. Thank you so much, dear.
You're welcome. Have a good night. Thank you.
Good night now. If anyone else would like to share with us a testimony, because some of these projects just went out in the past few days, but some of you did get them, and I got a number of calls that told me about their experiences. So any of you on the call?
JB, I have something. This is Lorraine. And first of all, I'm really surprised, because me being an educator, you got to prove it to me, But what I did, I had the card, the quantum card, and sometimes I have sleep issues, from the menopausal stuff and everything, and the instructions told us to, put water in a glass, four glasses, and put water and wait, and have the water, when you're pouring the water, let it pour through and touch the card. And I did that, and I put each glass on the floor for each bedpost. And because I was told that you get the best sleep, and I was like, I'm on for this now. So I had that, and then I put the CBD and the nitro on, and I said, okay. When I put those holograms on, I felt within 5 minutes a calmness, because a lot of times I do a lot of stressing, no reason, just stressing, might be part of the menopause or whatever, I don't know. But anyway, I felt immediately a calmness. And even when I put the CBD, I was told to put the CBD right by the bottom of my spine, right at the top part where that bone is. And I put that there. And about 2 seconds later, I started yawning. I said, all right, we're on to something. So I would say now for the last 4 or 5 days now, I would say 4 out of 5 days I've been sleeping really good. And I said, wow, big improvement. Another thing is that I ran the water over the card this time. Before I was just waving the card, but I waved. Star 6 yourself, please. Thank you. I ran the water over this time, and I just drank it out of the glass like I was advised to do, and it was a different taste. I said, "Oh wow!" So I'm gonna have to, find some, other water containers that I can use when I'm working out and everything. And the other thing, and I also put it, I waved the card over my smoothie because I was not running the smoothie over the card. I didn't want to do that. But anyway, it changed the taste, and it's been changing the taste of the food. And I noticed something today, and I said, wow. I was rushing going to church this morning, and I was eating a pear, and I did not finish it. And I left it on the counter with a napkin. I came back, and of course, you know what it did. It oxidized. What does that mean? It got brown, inside. And what I did, I ran my water, I have like alkaline water, and I ran it over the card on the pear. And I was surprised within seconds. There was hardly anything that was brown. I said, "Oh my goodness!" So we're on to something, and it sounds kind of like sci-fi, but we're going to have to get sci-fi to get our energy back. And the people they were talking about the EMF. You better put that on all types of devices you have. And, you have the cell phone, you have the Bluetooth, you have your TV, and the TV, you're going to have to put 2 of those on, and many people have more than one TV, and your computer, everything is emitting all that radiation. And so you really need to protect yourself. And these EMFs, they last for 1 year. And even if you have to change the device, they can easily be peeled right off and put on the new device. So we want you to start protecting yourself and start energizing yourself and grounding. And that's another thing about the grounding. Those glasses of water by the bed, it grounds you while you're sleeping. And there's other ways of grounding yourself also. But we've lost the grounding because we wear shoes and rubber soles and things like that. Back in the day, people used to walk on grass and sand, but now they've treated the grass, they've treated everything else, and so you really don't want to have that going to your system. So this is something to really check out, JB, and I'm just glad that you brought this to me, and I'll be honest with you, I was a little skeptical now. Like, yeah, right. Well, let me tell you something. These products are helping me. That's all I got to say, JB.
Thank you, Ray, and thank you so much. I know it's helping you because I live with you. I see how it has affected you in a positive way, your mood swings and your health and your lifestyle. I know that as a witness. And is there anyone else who can share with us their testimony?
Guys, I just wanted to tell you about the CBD cubit that we have and what it did for my mother. Probably about 2.5, 3 months ago, my mom took a nasty fall outside while she was working in the yard, and she had a huge hematoma. And I kid you not when I say that it was the size probably of a small softball. It was that big. We took her to the emergency room, and they just said they wanted to let her body heal it on its own. So we brought her back home, and of course she had to keep her leg elevated, ice it, and all that good stuff. Well, last week I was over there, and I said, "Hey, Mom, how's your leg?" And she pulled her pants leg up, and it still has a goose egg on it, but not nearly as big. But it still had bruising all the way around it. And I said, "Dang, that's just not going to go away." I said, "Here, let me put one of these on it." So I took one of the CBD cubits and I put it on the side of it. I didn't put it on top. I just put it on the side of it, where the bruising was. And I said, "Just leave that there, Mom, and let's see if it does anything. I don't know." So the next day, I went over there and I said, "Hey, Mom," I said, "let me see your leg today." And she pulled up her pant leg. Now, my mom is 81 years old, or she'll be 81 next month. And she pulled her pant leg up, and honest to goodness, a lot of that discoloration that was still around the big bruise and knot on her leg was going away. I said, "Mom, did you look at your leg today?" And she said, "I didn't really pay attention." I said, "Look at it. That color's going away." And it worked that quick. I mean, it was really literally less than 24 hours. After that long since she took her fall, the bruising has been there the whole time. And for it to work that quick overnight, I was, blown away, extremely impressed with our product.
Does anyone else would like to share your testimony with us if you have gotten your products?
Okay, my experience was with the nitric oxide cubit. My first use was because I was having some pain around my neck. So that night I went ahead and I placed it on my neck and went to sleep and go to bed. And my wife tells me, "Hey, you know what?" I have a stepson who got into a car accident with his dad, and he was having some pain too. So she wanted to put it on him as well. So she went ahead and we both put it on, and well, lo and behold, first of all, I felt incredible energy, which was absolutely incredible because I really was trying to remain as neutral as possible because that's the best way for me to test efficacy. So in the morning, I wake up and I had the most restorative sleep I've ever had. And as a matter of fact, I woke up earlier than ever, and I only sleep about 5-6 hours max every night. So, and it was fine. My neck felt great. Like about an hour after I put it on, before I went to bed, I'm actually going back now. It was starting to feel good, so I took advantage of that and let me go to sleep. Okay, the next morning, like I mentioned, I woke up refreshed and everything like that. I had to work. I get a call from my wife and tells me that. my stepson woke up like really fast. Usually he tosses and turns and whines and everything. He got up without a problem, and he had an incredible energy throughout the day. Then she mentions to me, and you know what? He didn't snore. He didn't snore last night. And I go, really? And I just happened to ask her, how about me? Because I suffer from sleep apnea. And she says, come to think of it, you didn't either. So, wow. I mean, that kind of explained the restorative sleep, of course. So we figured, okay, the next day, he lost his kid, like any kid. He lost it. It fell off in school, and didn't put it on the next day. And he, that night, he snored. And the next day, because I left it at work, so he couldn't put it the next day. So the next day, the following day, he put it on, and he didn't snore, just like I didn't snore. So I say all that to say that the nitric oxide in these cupids are definitely doing a great job controlling sleep apnea. And it's something that I really did not expect. So, kudos.
Is there anyone else who have experienced any kind of benefit from our products?
Yes, Michael Walthour has.
Hey, Michael, welcome to call.
Thank you. Yes, Friday afternoon, I got a surprise visit from Aegea. I hadn't seen him in quite some time, and he was telling us, my wife and I, that he had to go because he was on his way to Orlando. So he asked the question, well, let me ask, does anybody experience pain? And my wife looked at me, and she knows that I have been experiencing pain because I'm needing a knee replacement on my right knee. So he says, I got something for you. So at that point, we were standing outside, and at that point, we went into the house, and he, explained the product to us, and, he says, hey, let me put a couple of patches on your knee. While he was still yet explaining, he, put the patches on my knee. And as he's explaining, I'm trying to, test this thing, to see if it's actually working. And to my surprise, late in the afternoon, because I do building construction, and late in the afternoon, that time of day, the only thing I can do is come in and find my recliner, prop my feet up so that I get the pressure off of it. But when he did that, I had to actually shake my leg to find the pain. After a moment, I got up, and that's the real test. When you get up that time of day and put more pressure on it, it's kind of unbearable, to deal with that pain. But I got up and I walked off, and I'm still looking for the pain that I know should be there that time of day. So I went outside and I walked around for a while. I could not find the pain. So I'm telling you, the patch works. And I'm a firm believer, and I will spread the news that it works. Now, I hadn't been able to get my package yet because, we're going through some financial difficulties at this time. But when that money becomes available, I'm going to get my package because, hey, when this one wears off, I'm going to need some more.
Michael, I'm asking a question. Two questions. Where was the pain, and what patch did you use, and where did you place it at?
Now, my knees, like I said, I have to have knee replacement soon. The cartilages has worn out, so I do a lot of climbing. I do a lot of walking. Like I said, I'm in building instruction, so I'm on that knee all day long. So in the afternoons, it's just to the point where I can't bear it anymore. Only thing I can do is come home and find my recliner, fall into my recliner, and get that pressure off of it. So he didn't know all of this, After the pain started to subside, then I explained, how desperate I was, for some relief. And he put the patches on. I'm not sure what the patches are called because I'm completely new here. But they were two little patches, little stick-ons, that he put two, one on each side of my knee. And like I said, it works.
Michael, I want to thank you for taking the time and sharing that with us. We get these calls, Michael, all throughout the day, sometime early in the morning. When people are in pain or going through health challenges, and you have something that gives you almost immediate results, you have a winner. And we're so glad that you were able to share that with our listening audience. Is there anyone else who can share with us their testimony?
Bless you.
You're welcome. Is there anyone else who would like to share your testimony with us if you have gotten your products?
Yes, this is Vaughn Resper.
Vaughn, hi, buddy. Go ahead, buddy, out of Washington, D.C. Go ahead, Vaughn.
Yes, sir. Well, let me tell you what happened with me. I went over Darius Hollington's house. Me and him have been friends for a while, and I just had a hernia operation a week ago. And so he said, how you doing, man? I said, I'm doing all right, man. Just struggling with this hernia thing. He said, hey, I want you to try something. I said, what you got, man? He said, I want you to put these patches on. I said, yeah, okay. And I'm telling you, I'm a person of faith, but I really didn't believe this one. I took the patches. I just put them on because he told me to put them on. And so I put one on. He said, put one on your shoulder and put one on the spot. I said, okay, I'll do it. So he said, you feel anything? I said, no, He said, well, just give it some time. So I got in my car. Within 20 minutes, that pain was gone. I called him back. I said, man, what in the world is this, man? He said, I told you when you did it. And so I just kept it on. I felt better. I felt at ease. I felt real calm. I said, man, what's in this? What is this, man? He said, it's a new technology, man. He said, I'll explain it to you more. I said, okay. And so that night, I said, man, how in the world I'm going to keep this thing on because I got to take a shower. So I called him back. He said, all you got to do is put some tape on it, and you can take a shower with it. I said, good. I said, how long it lasts? He said, 3 to 5 days. I said, okay. So 2 days after that, I had to go to the doctor for a physical. So I said, first I said, I better take this off because they always be messing with me because I had a liver transplant. Everything I show them, don't take that. Don't take that. Don't take that. I said, this time, I'm going to keep this thing on because I know they're going to ask me about it. So I got in the doctor's office, and he said, what's that on your shoulder there, Mr. Wrestler? I said, oh, this is a patch a friend of mine gave me. He said it'll make my pain go away, and it made my pain go away. He said, who's the name of the company? I said, it's Aegea. He immediately ran to his computer. He said, because you got to be careful about what you put on your body. So he looked it up. He said, oh, that's fine because it's not getting into your blood system. It's just a form of energy. I said, what? I said, every time I come up here to see y'all always tell me I can't take something. And the very thing that I didn't have confidence in, you tell me it's all right for me to take it.
That's amazing. It's just amazing. And we're getting that all over the country. And Vaughn, I know you're excited. I knew you were excited because you woke me up 8 o'clock in the morning and you couldn't get me out. And I know you're going to share this with people all over the country and in your community. That's what it's all about. And thank you so much for sharing your testimony. Is Darius on the line? Darius, if you're on the line, Darius, share with us what you've been experiencing with your neighbors and friends with this technology. Darius? Is there anyone else who can share with us their testimony?
Hi, everybody. I'm Dr. Faith Lucian, and I'm in Laguna Niguel, California. So I've always been into health and fitness, and I've been a chiropractor now 22 years, and this is my third practice. So I've seen a lot of products come and go, and I do pick and choose the best is what it comes down to. So when I took Jim's call, I was excited, because I've known him from some great personal experiences and business experiences and things like that. So I went ahead and I checked out the product, and I ordered some products, and I looked and I'm like, oh, these are the nice ones. You call them cubics, right? There you go. So what I ended up doing, and I do have to say, you guys, as a chiropractor, I'm 5'4", okay? I used to be a competitive bodybuilder, so I'm pretty strong for where I'm at, as far as my height. So I have a lot of patients that are bigger than me. So I'm adjusting patients, and I end up getting neck pain, back pain, shoulder pain, and things like that. And when the Quibbits had come, I opened them up, and it was the evening time, and I put them on literally like right where your neck goes into your trap, so kind of shoulder area. So I put them in those areas because I had a lot of pain there. There was a lot of tightness. I knew that the circulation wasn't good in that area because I was so tight. So I put them in those areas, and I also was getting headaches too, and my jaw. So I literally used 4. I took 4 of them. I put 1 on each side of the base of my neck, and then I put 1 on each jaw because the masseter muscles were so tight. So those are your jaw muscles, and obviously I can talk pretty fast. And I probably talk all day long with patients and laugh a lot. So it was crazy because when I woke up in the morning, literally, I've had this pain before. I've gone to sleep at night. I wake up with the same thing. I wake up and have a headache for maybe 4 or 5 days, which is a bummer. It did not happen that way this time. Literally, I didn't have pain in my neck. I didn't have the headaches. My headaches, at that time, were in the temples and the front of my head, and then my jaw was tight on both sides, and that had gone away. So, I mean, as a chiropractor, I'm thinking, how does that happen? How does it work? And things like that. And it truly, truly does what it says as far as decreasing the pain, the inflammation, and increasing circulation, which is important, and healthy arterial function. So it helps in every single category. So another place that I had put them, I'll use 2 again, and I'll put them on each side of my low back where I was having pain. And sure enough, I kid you not, that probably took 8 hours, and my pain was gone. And so that was pretty fantastic. So I keep the Quantum card in the pocket of my blouse because I definitely am around a lot of computers. I have 3 cell phones personally, and I keep them near me at work for sure. And right now I'm surrounded by all of what I'm talking to you about. I'm still in my office tonight. My phone, the copier is right next to me. So I always have that wonderful black card with me at all times in my pocket. And then when I go home, I actually place that card on my nightstand. And I'll tell you what, I've had better sleep in the, since using this whole process that I'm trying to create for myself of health and wellness. And I wake up energized. So I treat a lot of patients, and if I don't get good sleep at night and I wake up tired, it's kind of a bummer, going to work like that. So this has been a fantastic experience. And what I didn't tell you is I brought some of because I didn't personally use the CBD patches, patches, but I have a fibromyalgia patient, and I brought them to work, and I literally had her use them. She has severe anxiety and pain and terrible inflammation. And I kid you not, when I saw her literally 2 days later, she still had those patches off. She was calmer it seemed like her heart was settled, which was really nice. And I've taken her blood pressure before, and it has always been high. And this time, her blood pressure was in normal range. So it's just all goodness. I'm super blown away. Yes, I'm bringing some powerful heavy hitters on board, but I'll tell you what, I'm sharing this with everybody because there's not one person I know that doesn't sit in front of a computer, have a laptop on their lap, and they're multitasking and not even thinking about these things, and they're exhausted at the end of the day. So what I've done is I've created, literally, because I just want to run with this business, my list of 50. And my list of 50 are the top 50 people that I would like to introduce to this technology because it's out of this world.
Is there one more person? We got time for one more person. If you're on the line, to give us your testimony if you're on the line. One more person. All right. Let me just share with you. What happened to me. I work long hours sometimes at the computer, and what happens, my feet usually end up having poor circulation. They feel uncomfortable. So when I got my CBD patches, I said, let me try this, put on my foot. And it seemed like in minutes, the circulation began to go into effect. And even now, if I sit down too long, my feet will start feeling uncomfortable. I have them on my feet, on the bottom of my feet, both feet, and there has not been any discomfort at all. And of course, the result of sitting too long. I must say that we're going to have for men's call only for men. When any woman on the call, we had that call. But I'm going to give you a kind of preview about something that I've gotten calls from, and I can just tell you right now, quite a few men are smiling this evening. Why? Because they took the nitro cubit, that patch, and placed it right under their belly button. And as a result of that, it helps the circulation of the blood in your extremities. And I've gotten calls from men telling me that they don't have to ever use Viagra again. I said enough. Good night.